Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Tone over here at Tone Casual Gaming. And today, I'm just going to talk about my experience of owning my Xbox Series X and my PlayStation 5 in this first year, okay? And I'm going to keep it real on this video. Hey, I think the PlayStation 5 was released too early, and I think the Xbox Series X was released too early as well. And I will be honest with you guys, owning a PlayStation 4 Pro and an Xbox One X before owning these new consoles, it really wasn't a big difference in the image quality and what I was seeing on my TV. Now there was a difference in performance. You know, we do have the higher frame rates, but as far as the image quality and 4K, and some people just like the game to look good, you know, and I like the game to look good. And on the PlayStation 4 Pro, it looked just as good as the graphics on my PlayStation 5. Then on top of that, on my PlayStation 4 Pro, I had a full 1 terabyte of memory to use. And then on top of that, on my PlayStation 4 Pro, it was so much easier to get into a party chat and just have social conversations with my friends. I hate the way the system is set up on the PlayStation 5 for the party chat. It's very annoying, and it just takes forever to try to get everyone in to have a good conversation, or to get everyone in to squad up and have a good match. And I think that's really annoying when it comes down to that. And I also don't like the fact that they don't have the web browser on the PlayStation 5. Yes, you can type in a URL on a message or whatever and pull it up that way, but that's too much work to do. That's just too much stuff to do for a machine that's already $500. You shouldn't have to do all that extra work to access something that was on your previous generation of a machine. Come on, man, that was just kind of weird to me. You know, I see a lot of guys out here with the reviews saying, "Oh, it's been great," and all this, and yes, there have been great moments for the PlayStation 5, and there have been great moments for the Series X, but overall, I'm not blown out the water by anything. Owning a PlayStation 4 Pro and an Xbox One X, none of this stuff really blows me out the water besides the frame rate. And me, really, I don't really care about the frame rate. As long as I'm not lagging too bad, I'm good. I care about the graphics. I want my game to look good. How is it going to look? You know, and people may say, "Well, you're not a real gamer." Hey, it is what it is. I'm a casual gamer. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just how I feel about that part about the PlayStation. And then on top of that, I'm tired of playing PlayStation 4 games on the PlayStation 5. It's been a whole year. Can we get at least, well, let me take that back. There are PlayStation 5 exclusives for the PlayStation 5. You have stuff like what Demon Souls and Returnal and stuff like that, right? But I'm not into those type of games, okay? I'm not into those type of games. So to me, in my mind, there still aren't any exclusives just for the PlayStation 5 or just for the Series X yet, because I'm just not into the games that have come out that are exclusives or whatever, all right? So that's just me being picky on that note. So I take that part back. They do have exclusives, so hey, I take that back. But I don't like them, okay? Another thing about the PlayStation 5 that I really don't care too much about is that when you stand the system up vertically with the little you know what I'm saying, the stand at the bottom, that stand causes your PlayStation to overheat more, okay? And I don't like that. I found out that when my PlayStation is horizontal, like it is now, my PlayStation tends to run cooler that way. And how I could tell it was getting too hot was because of the performance of the PlayStation. If I'm playing Call of Duty or something like that, and I've been playing for hours and my PlayStation's hot, I'm on the headsets talking to everybody, the game starts lagging. And it has nothing to do with my connection. It's just because the PlayStation is too hot. But every time that I've played my PlayStation and it's been horizontal, no matter how long I've had it turned on, I've never had any of those issues. And that's just what I've had. That's just what I've experienced in my first year with the PlayStation, you know. So now the DualSense controller, this right here, this is a game changer. I do like this. This is good for me. I love this controller. I love the way it feels and everything. But I will say this: when it comes down to the actual vibration of the controller, sometimes it can sound a little jittery, like it isn't that much quality put into it, okay? And I don't like the fact that the battery life is as low as it is either. Now people say, well, you know, the battery's not going to last as long as the previous controller because, you know, this controller has all these features, and I can understand that. That's cool, but I still don't like the fact that the battery life is that short. They could have put a different battery in it to make it a longer battery life. If that's the case, I mean, we have the technology for that stuff. I mean, do we or do we not? Come on now, it's a $500 machine. That's a high demand that everybody wants, and some people still can't get. But the battery life only gonna last you about 5 hours straight up if you're just playing. You playing an 8-hour gameplay. You can take a whole shift off work to play the game 8 hours. You got to charge your controller at least once, maybe twice in that 8-hour period. That's just gonna happen that way, all right? But other than that, the controller is amazing. It's awesome. And the Xbox controller, though, this controller, it doesn't have the haptic feedback that the PlayStation sells off of, but the vibration on this controller when you're playing the game is stronger. And it doesn't make that vibrating noise like the PlayStation 5 controller does either. Sounds like it's built with more quality to me. But hey, that's just the experiences that I've had with my equipment. I don't know how your controller sounds. Your controller may sound different, but mine shakes a lot when it's vibrating on my PlayStation 5, okay? And I don't like that noise too much, especially when I'm trying to record some gameplay or something and you hear that in the background. Come on, dude. I don't like all that, all right? And as far as the Xbox is concerned, you know, the main problem I've had with the Xbox is that it's just really aren't any games on the Xbox, really. You know, we have the Game Pass and all that stuff, but I could have kept my Xbox One X and played Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Because the Xbox One X was a native 4K machine. And you could play games at 60 frames per second on the Xbox One X too, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 60 frames per second. But so I could have kept the One X for that. And also had a full terabyte of memory, because don't get me wrong, the Xbox may have it came with like 802 gigs that I can use for storage space for the games. It wasn't a whole terabyte, but my Xbox One X, it was a whole terabyte. It was. So I don't know what's up with that, guys. But my whole year review of having them, man, you know, it's mixed feelings for me. I feel like they could have waited. I feel like things were rushed. The systems aren't polished enough, you know, and I just feel like they're going to drop a pro version of this PlayStation within 5 years. And if they do that, I'm really going to be kind of disgusted with Sony, because I'm like, come on, man, why? Come on, man. If it was me and I knew I was already planning on making PlayStation 4 games or Xbox One games for the next 4 or 5 years, after COVID hit and all that stuff, I just kind of would have backed out of production until I was able to get my workers back into production and into development to actually make a standout console. And make it to the point to where it will be available to everybody to just go in the store and get it. Because this whole thing with the scalpers and people jacking up the prices, people paying $700-800 to get a PlayStation 5 now. You got to have $200 membership to get its exclusive rights to a PlayStation at Best Buy. Now Walmart has this thing, you got to do this. GameStop has tied-in bundles to get a PlayStation. It's a $399 and a $499 machine. But now people are paying nearly $1,000 just to get it. This is ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that it's still some people actually waiting to get a console. They can't get one, you know. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm pretty sure I get a lot of backlash for it, you know. But I don't care. I'm just here to keep it real, man. You know, I've had great times with these next gen consoles, but I've had bad times too. And that's just the way it is. No one's paying me to get on here to glorify anything. They're not sending me any free PlayStation equipment or any Xbox equipment. I pay for all of my stuff. Everything you see on my channel is what I paid for, that I use personally, that I'm going to get on here and talk about. No sponsors, baby. No sponsors. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it real with you. The PlayStation 5 has work that needs to be done to it. And I believe that new model that they came out with, to change the little screw at the bottom, that's not enough work. That's not enough work. We need more games. It should have more memory in it by default. I mean, come on, who really wants to spend another $200 to $300 to put another one terabyte hard drive inside of your PlayStation? Now you got to take your PlayStation open and perform surgery on it and all this stuff. You're not a doctor. You're not a brain surgeon. You're not qualified for doing this type of stuff. Why do you have to do that? Why should you have to do that? At least with the Xbox Series X, you just plug in the hard drive in the back. The 1 terabyte SSD that they have available, just plug it right in. So it's like, you know, it is what it is, man. I just think that the hype behind a PlayStation is crazy. Now, if you had a base PlayStation 4 and you were coming from that 1080p machine to a PlayStation 5, then yes, you are completely blown away. You're probably like, yo, this machine is awesome. Yes, the load times and all, it's great. Yes. But if you had a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox One X, come on, guys, let's keep it real. Let me know in the comments. If you own a PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One X, are you really blown away by the graphics on these next-gen consoles? For real, for real? Even if you're playing on a nice TV too? Let's be honest, all right? Because I'm not impressed. And like I said, I am picky, but I'm just not impressed. And it has to be other people that feel me. It has to be. It has to be. But I'm gonna go ahead and shut the video down. That's about all I have to say. But one thing I did want to say about the PlayStation 5. One more thing I did want to say about the PlayStation 5. This machine right here, when it is standing up vertically and you look at it straight on, you can't tell me it doesn't look like a 5-star hotel in Dubai. This machine looks like a 5-star hotel in Dubai. Like, it looks like as soon as you get off the plane at the Dubai airport, you get your Uber or a taxi or whatever, go a couple blocks down, you see this tall building that looks just like the PlayStation 5 standing up. That's going to be the best hotel on the block. Period. But I just wanted to add that in, man, as a little joke, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got this little joke for the Xbox, and it looks like a little mini refrigerator or something like that. I mean, it just looks like a little speaker to me. I don't know, but it is what it is. I like the design, actually. I like the design of the PlayStation 5. It's not bad to me. I like it. It's freaky. It's freaky and weird, and I like freaky and weird things. Okay, so I like it. The Xbox is cool too. It's plain Jane and it's not demanding too much attention and it's straight. I like it. But they both, well, the PS5 anyway, is big as hell. It's a big machine. It's very big, okay? It's very big. So you're going to have to do some adjusting there. But other than that, man, other than those bad things, those terrible things that I've just said about these systems, everything else has been pretty cool, okay? I have enjoyed playing my games on them. And I hope that you guys, if you hadn't gotten your hands on one of these systems yet, I hope that you're able to. And if you're asking me, well, which one you think is better, Tone? Is it going to be the Xbox or the PlayStation? If I had to choose as far as next gen feel, I'm going to have to go with the PlayStation, because the PlayStation 5 gives me that next gen feel. It's even from the dashboard to the controller to the way it looks, all that gives me a next gen feel, The Xbox doesn't really give me that. It's cool, but it still reminds me of the older Xboxes, all right? So I'll give it to the PlayStation on that part. As far as playing with my friends, all of my friends are on the PlayStation. I like getting on and having party chats with them when the party chat is working correctly, and that's cool, so I give it to the PlayStation for my social. But as far as the way games perform and the way they're looking, especially now with this LG C1, I'm gonna have to go with the Series X, guys. I'm telling you, the Series X has this Dolby Vision stuff and this VRR, and if you get the certain games to work and twerk them the right way, they look amazing and they run really well. And I cannot take that away from the Xbox. I can't take away the quick resume feature. I can't take away how much faster it is at loading at certain games than the PlayStation 5 is. There's certain things that the Xbox just do that the PlayStation 5 can't. And people act like, hey, it can't, act like that's a bad thing that it does that. Microsoft is a computer company, for Christ's sakes. I mean, what do you expect? But you got fanboys here and fanboys there. I'm the type of person where, hey, I'm not gonna ride both sides of the fence, but hey, just get both systems. And that's what I did. I just bought both systems because I like both, and I'm gonna play both. All right. So that's about all I'm gonna talk about today on this 1-year review of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and my own personal experiences that I've had with them. All right. So feel free to hit the like, the dislike, leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel because that helps me out over here a whole lot. And until next time, y'all have a good one. Peace.